I want to talk about the next step that you pointed out, the pitch.
Yep.
I think this is where people then say no.
The problem is that people are trying to pitch something that people aren't ready to answer yet. And so if we think about, like, we do sales training in our courses.
Yep.
And so what we have is something called buyer's resistance and buyer's acceptance. And this is sales psychology. Peter Lakovich actually talks about this quite a lot. And what he says is 9 times out of 10, when people are doing any form of sales, they go straight to the buyer's acceptance and they forget that there's a whole other thermostat we have to measure by. And so buyer's resistance is people have a resistance to telemarketing. People have a resistance to being cold called. People have a resistance to salespeople in general or trade. And so what we actually have to do is lower their guard.
Okay.
And we have to remove the resistance. So you'll see on that call, I didn't actually try and sell that person anything. Hey Grant, it's Mitch here from Upscale Business Coaching. How are you going? Mate, that's good, that's good. Look, I'm just wondering if you could give me a hand with something. I just wanted to know what the biggest challenge for you was right now in business. Is it getting more leads? Is it time? Or is it effectively getting staff? Oh, which one is it then? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So retirement's on the cards. Mate, that's good for you then. Mate, you enjoy that retirement then. See ya. Bye. All I did was ask them, hey, I'm just wondering if there's anything, like, can you help me for a second? Yeah, sure. Hey, cool, mate. So look, I'd love to know which one are you currently struggling with? And by instantly doing that, you can identify a problem that they have and then you can start going in and talking about solutions for that.
Yep.
As opposed to walking in and being like, hey, do you want to work with me? Because at this point in time,
Who are you?
You haven't even identified a problem that I have. So how do I know that you can solve it?
Yep.
What I want people to start to think about is start changing what you're actually looking for. What is the achievement you're trying to gain here? And just go into a conversation with an open mind about what it is you can offer this person and what can I learn from that. As I said, that call just then, did I get a sale? Do we now have a new member in Upscale that is working towards retirement or automation? No, because that's what they were already at. And that's beautiful.
Yep.
So what I then learned is, as I said, there is another step to the process.
Yep.
What could we offer them?
So then after that is the appointment.
Yes. So in the appointment, you want them to do more talking than you do.
Yep. You want to learn about them.
You want to learn about them. So you're going in there, and yes, you have the answers to what they're going to present and all these kind of things, but you're going in there to discover what they need help within their business. Now, if you know some of those things, you can prompt those questions. So if, let's say, we're going to work with property managers.
Yep.
I know they're time poor. I know they're sick and tired of dealing with trades that don't return keys, that don't do things when they're meant to do them, that don't follow up, that don't communicate, all those things. So I'm going to make sure that the questions that I ask, that I prompt with, actually kind of open up those pain points just that little bit more. And then I'm going to listen to what they need, what would matter to them, what's important, how they would love a tradesman to work with them. Then I'm going to say all the reasons that we are actually perfect fits.
What if you get to that point and maybe they're just like, awesome, we're going to keep you in mind.
That is still a win.
Yep.
Because once again, you can ask the questions, is what I'm delivering going to be of use to you? Have I solved the problems? Have I helped your pain points? And then, yeah, sure, you're at least in the mix.
Yep.
And then you can find ways to actually move yourself up that scale. I was speaking to the client yesterday about this, and I said to him, he said, I'm scared. He was really vulnerable. He said, I have fear and I'm scared around this. I said, man, what would you do if your children were scared of something that you really thought they didn't need to be that scared of? And he was like, man, I'd push them to do it. I'd get them to do it. And I said, so if that's how you want your children to behave, you need to start modeling that. Like, our children are our greatest reflection. And so therefore, if we're expecting them to show up, if we're expecting them to do things when it's tough, then we ourselves have to do the tough things. And like, I don't want to say, just do it, but just start with the first action and don't stay on that one action for too long. They've done a lot of research comparing people that go and do 100 calls a day for 6 months compared to people that spend 6 months perfecting a list, perfecting a script, perfecting the pitch, and then they call one person. those people that will have called 100 will have a far greater chance of success in life, in business, in everything, than that person that doesn't take the final action to do it.
Yep.
You've got everything to gain and nothing to lose in this.